Prior to that, I was just doing, for years I did the mobile disco, and then when my brother went to the army and, furthered his studies, he kind of lost interest, but I carried on the business. I was still trying to do the gigs, but of course I didn't have manpower, so I farmed out most of the gigs to like a friend who had also a mobile disco, but then I just went, showed up to DJ. So I kept DJing like that, random gigs up until Zouk in '96 through a night that a friend of a friend got me to play called Sessions at the time, featuring up and coming local DJs and giving them a chance to play in a big club. So I got myself a slot in that, and then just one time, and then the entertainment managers was at the in the booth at the end of the night, said, "I heard you want to be a DJ." I said, "Yeah." And then he said, you get a pay cut, from what you're doing right now, which was, I was a flight attendant. And I said, "No, it's okay if it's Zouk, I don't mind, because it's this kind of music that I love to play." And then that was a springboard to where I am today. The club at that time was still growing, the dance music was still relatively new to a lot of people. So it was still challenging to, especially for local DJs, to attract a crowd to come, because at that time it's always about the foreign talents, So it really taught me how to understand crowds in such a big setup, trying to understand the different groups of people that's always in the club, and how to use music that people are unfamiliar with, but yet entertain them and bring them to a climax. Yeah. Probably the first point was when a foreign magazine from the UK, a dance magazine, is defunct now, but it was called Music, and they featured what do you call it? Cover mount CD of my mix, and that definitely just kind of put me out there internationally, because I think up until that time, most people from all over the world, wouldn't know I existed. The writer of the magazine was doing an article on Derek May, right, a techno DJ from Detroit, and he was playing in Zouk. On the night that he was playing in Zouk, I was tasked to play in Future in the smaller room upstairs, and somehow the writer came to just pop in to have a look and see what's going on, and he really was impressed that I was playing this sound, which was a very new tech house sound from London, started by Mr. C, Leo Bushwhacker, and all that lot. And he was surprised that we had access to music like that, and we were actually trying to push music like that. And then because of that, he went back and wrote about it, and then from there they asked me to do the CD. It's into the 9th year this year. Yeah.
What other names have
it started off with Aldrin, and then a close friend of mine at the time, she had been coming to experience my nights, and she actually wrote some kind of a poem about how she felt about the night. And it was rather long, but right at the end, she ended it off saying, "When the music, the DJ, and you come together as one." And also at that time, it was timely that Zouk was going through a short refurbishment. So after the refurbishment, we decided, okay, let's just theme our resident nights a little better. And then I decided on, okay, one with Aldrin, because I'm trying to get everybody to come together. I kind of like to keep it really quite techy and quite, because Zouk's room is rather huge, so the sound has to be still quite chunky and pumping, to at least give some energy. Yeah, so I try to just keep that as a general guide for the music that I play. But I just go with the flow and see, I like to experiment with new music when I hear it, and I Yeah, I try. I try.